And good evening, Strika and Damon. How you guys doing tonight? We've got a bunch of shy people in the audience tonight. That you guys can pop in and say hi. Ironically, Strika, yeah, my father is also a Boxing Day baby. And Brian D., how are you doing this evening? Yeah, Strike Up. My dad always swore up and down that he got screwed on his birthday because Christmas was the day before. Have you ever had that experience? I mean, every other person I know, yeah, it was 2 days of celebration as well. And guys, Scott is not kidding when he says, yeah, make some noise, ask questions, or else he'll ramble. He absolutely will. Oh, come on, Strika, help me out a little bit here. I know you guys love hearing Scott ramble. You know, I do as well, but he'll feel a lot better if you guys ask questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, the live stream edition, and thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, the live stream edition, and thank you. I can't see a thing here. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We're not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. This is important to remember tonight. I assure you, this is important to remember tonight, right there. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
I'm doing fantastic tonight, Scott. How are you?
I'm blooming. I am simply blooming. I had an epiphany. It's time to start. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about. Bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. And again, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So things have changed over on old Osmo. Now, I've been enjoying the hell out of the big APRs and the big tokens and big moves and all the other good stuff that Osmo's had going on over here over the last year or so. But it's kind of coming to an end for me. And I just want to, again, reiterate that this is not financial advice. This is me doing with my money what I choose to do with my money and not telling you what to do with your money. I don't care what you do with your money. I didn't help you earn it. I'm certainly not going to help you spend it. But there comes a time when you have to put everything together and start looking at risk versus reward. And the problem that I'm having over on Osmo right now is that I am taking all of the risk and my rewards are diminishing to the point of diminishing returns. Now, that's kind of a non-starter for me. When I get to the point that I can't even count on that, time to move on. That's kind of all it is to say for me to put that out there and say that it might be time to move on. So there are fortunately lots of other really, really good projects out here, and I'm going to try to stay in the Cosmos. Now, I'm not divesting the Osmo. I'm going to hold on to that, but the paired assets, I can do better, and that's really where it comes down to is that I can do better. This market is diluted. There are tons of exchanges, tons of everything, and they are exceptionally diluted. Now, I use all of these APRs that I get to buy into my long-term projects, but they're not keeping up anymore. They're simply not. I'm not giving up on Osmo. I'm not saying no more osmosis. They are the king. They will always be the king. They will remain the king. Nobody coming up. Nobody is going to be able to match that TVL on this DEX. It just will not happen. I'm sorry, man, they're the big dog. So with that, I'm not divesting the Osmo by any means. I'm just finding a better place to spend it because everything's devaluing right now. Inflationary tokens are simply devaluing. That's just what happens when money slows down. I know you've heard us say it before. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to continue to say it until I get that nailed in there. The way you saw crypto a year ago is not the way crypto is now. The way crypto has been operating a year ago is not the way crypto is operating now. And if you're not willing to pivot, you're going to bleed, period. That's it. The Santa rally. I did see the comment about the Santa rally. You guys want to see the Santa rally? Is this the Santa rally that we're talking about? Bitcoin almost up to 17K. Is that the Santa rally? That's what we've all been holding our breath for. Guys, that ain't going to get it done. That ain't even close. It ain't even close. So instead of me sitting here holding, hoping, wishing, devising my own reality so that I don't have to make a move, I will either live on that side of the tracks or I'm going to go to the other side of the tracks, and I am simply going to make some moves. Now, we're going to go through some wallets tonight, and I'm going to show you specifically, step by step, each and every one of them, what I'm doing with the tokens and where I'm going to be moving them, because I think we've always been about full disclosure here. We've never hid behind any kind of anonymity. If I say I'm doing it, I show you that I'm doing it. And I want to give you context to why I'm doing it. That's it. I've always considered it incredibly disingenuous of a lot of these influencers that are more than happy to tell you what to do with your money, but you have no damn idea what they're doing with theirs. And they always fall back under that, well, I need my anonymity. If you want your anonymity, get off YouTube. All right. Putting your face on YouTube does not give you, well, now I can be shy with my wallets. It doesn't give you any of those things. You should lead by example, dick. And if you're going to tell everybody else how to spend, I'm talking to a couple people in particular here, but if you're going to go out of your way telling everybody else how they should invest, why don't you show them how you're investing? But you can't keep falling back on, no, it's different for me. Fuck you. So I've got to scrub some of these things, guys, all right? Because this is a risk versus rewards. I'm taking all the risk, and my rewards are diminishing. I think I can do better, so I'm going to go ahead and try. If it works, great. If it doesn't, is it working now? That's all I'm saying. When the markets get like this, when they get nuts like this, when money slows to this point right here, this is one of those. There really are no bad ideas, guys. If you want to earn, and it's not I'm defensive by nature when it comes to some of this stuff, and when the markets get really bearish, I'm incredibly defensive. But there comes a time where you're gonna, prevent defense for any NFL fans. All that does is prevent you from winning the game. It doesn't, unless you're up by 40 points, a prevent defense just makes sure that you're not going to win. All you're doing is giving away, chipping until, oh my God, what the hell happened? And I'm just not going to go down like that. That's really all it is. I could cash out right now, walk away, call it good. I had a good time. I made a lot of money. Crypto was good. But I'm not there. I want to be my grandchildren and great grandchildren don't have to worry about it, and I think I'm going to get it here. But what I did a year ago is not working now, and what I did 6 months ago is not working now, and what I did 3 months ago is sure shit not working now. So it's either time to make a move or just turn everything off. Just let it ride, hope for the best, go into hopium mode, become this guy. Stop doing YouTube and just give it up. And I refuse. I absolutely refuse to go down without a fight. So I'm gonna fight. Right now, I'm literally fighting and clawing for 10, 15, 20%. If not on token value, but APRs. Guys, I'm all about yield farming. All right. I've never made any I've never did a nod to anything else. I've always been about yield farming. I will continue to be about yield farming. In a bear market, it's all about accumulation. So when you take away 20% of an APR of something that I've been, pretty well loyal in, you're basically taking away 20% APR of tokens. That's what I'm interested in, not the fiat value, the tokens. The fiat value right now is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Well, I guess it kind of. I'm sorry. I'm hearing myself in my head. It's just I'm not seeing the words before I say them. I'm just spitting them out. That's what happens when I ramble. But you're costing me future gains, big future gains. So if I need to shift my loyalty a little bit into a competing product that is going to give me those tokens that I've been accustomed to getting, I'm going there. That's it. It has nothing it's nothing personal. It's just about money. And I've been there's just some stuff happening that I'm not real crazy about lately on some of the governance that's been happening out here. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not poo-pooing it. I voted, and I'm not going to say it didn't go my way. So I'm taking my money and I'm going home. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that it hit me enough that I am acutely aware of it. 5%, don't notice that. It's fluctuation, shit happens. But 20%, 30%, 40%, oh, I notice that. You bet your ass I notice that. Because my risk didn't change. the amount of risk that I'm taking in these liquidity pools, that risk hasn't changed at all. The only thing that's changed is the amount of rewards what I get paid for taking that risk. That changed. That changed wildly. Now, if you're the only game in town, no problem. Do what you want. But you're not the only game in town. So for the folks that want to stick around on this, kudos. I'm not out of everything, but I am out of a few of them. And yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull up the wallets. We will discuss the investments, which ones I'm pulling, which ones I'm moving, and where I'm moving them to. I think we're gonna start the new year. We're gonna start it fresh. And we'll have a fun way of tracking it. We can see what I was right on and what I was wrong on. The only bear about this, and we're going to get into it today, is over in Kajira, because there's a lot of real good hotness happening over there in Kajira. The problem is that they're tied to USK. I have a little bit of a problem with USK. Now, it's coupled in a couple of different ways, meaning no lock-in periods. Shit gets wobbly. I'm out. All of that stuff can happen. But, boy, I don't like it. I'm not 100% sold on USK. And unfortunately, most of their decks is being based, all the real good pools are being based there around the USK. So, Belle, are we going to be getting into this, or do we have any questions or comments before I do? And do you guys like the vest? This is the new way. Apparently, traditional vests are gone, because Scott is Brooks Brothers head to toe today. I hope the effort is noticed. I'm doing this for you guys. And you know what this was, Belle? I did a short, and I had 2 or 3 people drop me comments because I was on site somewhere. I think I was in Korea, and I had like my working gear on. I had my hard hat and all that shit, and they were like busting my chops. Because how dare you talk about finances when you're wearing a hard hat? I was like, okay, so how's this? Is this better? I mean, look, guys, we got cufflinks. I hope this gives me a little bit of validity, because apparently this is what is missing from my life up till now. Anyway, before we go, Belle, do you got anything for me?
All right. So Damon is asking, what is the current situation with the feds? Been out of the loop for a few days.
You know what? The feds are still little pocket Napoleon, Jerome Powell. For some reason, I don't know who kicked this guy or who beat the hell out of him when he was a kid, but for some reason, now that he's in this position of power, he is hell-bent on driving. The recession narrative's been going for a long time. Now, the funny part is that for the last 6 months, we have been in a mathematical recession. It's not like it's coming. It's here. You are living it. How's it taste? It's not like this is the first one we've ever been through. But for some reason, this man is hell-bent on not waiting to see what the interest rates did before they raise them again. So he's already got his long-term plan is already out there. He said, we're going to go to 12 freaking percent, and I'm going to do it, and people are going to love me for it. It's almost confusing in a way, because it's like he wants us to thank him for it, like you're doing God's work or something, dude. All you're doing is sucking billions and billions and billions of dollars out of the economy. You are putting pressure on employers. You are putting people out of work. And for some reason, we're supposed to, thank you, Jerome Powell, you all-knowing, all-seeing oracle of the world. He will not wait for the data. The Feds simply will not wait. They had a plan. It's in place, and they're going to see it through. CPI, Consumer Price Index. And you know what? You don't even need the CPI right now. Go out and buy a gallon of gas. And remember what you paid 3, 4, 5 months ago. You don't need a CPI to tell you that it's coming down. All right, the prices are literally coming down. So what they tried to do, and I agree, it was necessary. It was absolutely necessary for them to raise interest rates. But what they don't need to do is raise them and then say, you ain't seen nothing yet, because that's what he said at his last press conference. You think you've seen pain? Oh, no, my dear. No, my droogies. You haven't even begun to feel pain yet. And until you do, we're going to keep our foot on the gas. That is effectively all they did. The Dow heard. Crypto heard. Financial markets heard. Everybody heard what he said. Now, the thing that will absolutely not play well in any financial market is uncertainty. And when Pocket Napoleon, I don't want to go Hitler, Pocket Napoleon gets up there and starts flapping his and stomping his feet, and, we represent the Lollipop Guild, and we are going to take back everything. When you do some shit like that, man, people listen. All right? They absolutely listen. And when you introduce that much uncertainty into the financial markets, you get what we get. So that is what you've missed. And we'll see what January brings. There will be another CPI. I'm going to say 6.5. It's currently 7.1 on the CPI. I'm going to say 6.5. I nailed it last month. I'm going to nail it this month. And they're still going to come out and bitch. Oh, no, we're not there yet. It's not like that's good. 6.5% consumer price index, that's not good. But that damn thing was almost 9, or was a little over 9. So I want to say that it's trending in the right direction. So I just, anymore, it's almost entertainment. I can't wait to see. It's going to exceed their expectations. And then they're still going to get up there and talk like they knew it the whole time. These guys are great. Belle, carry on.
All right, Strika with a very important question. Will Scott sing me happy birthday?
Is it your birthday, Strika? I will
It is
absolutely
Strika's
bring.
birthday.
Wait for it. Wait. Me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Strika. Happy birthday to you. And a big round of applause, everybody, for Strika. And Strika, send Belle. I'm going to give you a little birthday present. I'm going to give you 50 Jackal tokens. You might not think that that's a very good birthday present, but that's an incredible birthday present. And you know what, sir? You are absolutely welcome. Make sure you get Belle your wallet address, just the Jackal wallet address. I'm going to send you the Jackal, and it's a good happy birthday present from the podcast, and you're going to thank me a hell of a lot more a little bit later. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Brownsburg Bats Baseball Club and Strika both dropping compliments. Brownsburg Bats Baseball Club saying Scott looking extra fancy tonight, and Strika looking good tonight, both of you.
I appreciate that. I know Belle appreciates that. I told her she should have got a matching vest, but these are men's vests. I didn't even know it was a thing. I went looking for just the traditional vest. I got a nice pocket watch, and I want to wear the pocket watch on the show. And they really don't make them anymore. So this is the new thing. This is apparently what people are wearing. I had to go bespoke for the vests, and they were $500 a piece. So if you want a bespoke vest, guess what? It's $500. I had to have it. And they're ordered. They should be coming in any day now. The unfortunate thing is one of the patterns. It was a nice checkered pattern, and one of my favorite colors is green, and it had just the nice green checkers in there. And there's a green screen behind me, in case you didn't know. So I can't wear it for the damn show, or else all you're going to see is a pockmarked Scott, because every green bit is just going to show right through, and you'll literally see the chair behind me. It's almost, it's like magic, but I'm sorry that I went that way. But thank you very much. They don't make these for women. This is a men's vest. I appreciate it. I feel, you know what? I feel special tonight. Belle, carry on.
G Torres, what's your favorite LP paired up with Adam at the moment, Scott?
Oh, I'm about to change your mind here, buddy. You know what? And we're going to go third screen for this. Sorry, we're looking at the Santa rally, guys. Oh, look, it's fading out. It's at 16, 19, 20. My absolute, there's two, actually. One of my favorite ones is actually sitting right here. And I'm about to move a whole hell of a lot more money into it. So that APR that you're seeing right there will no longer be there. Scott will go shock and all on this particular pool. Atom and USDC. Now, it could be USDC Gravity Bridge or Axelar. Hang on, let me go to pools. I'm right here. So it's the Atom Axelar or where the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry. I used potty mouth. There it is. 41%, 42%, let's call it 42 even and split the difference between the two. Pairing Atom and USDC. Now, this is paid out in Crescent. The nifty thing about Crescent over the last 90 or so days, this is not a good representation, but let's trade this. The niftiest thing about Crescent, what the hell happened here? I think I broke their chart. I'm over here. Look, guy. Okay, let me. We'll skip that because obviously their relayer is not working. The nifty thing about Crescent over the last 30 days is that the price hasn't moved a whole hell of a lot. I've been a big fan of Crescent. I'm always going to be a big fan of Crescent. Crescent is doing something over here that only two Dexes in Cosmos are doing, and that's this Crescent and Kajira are the only ones that have this right here. I cannot undersell this. I mean, there's just no way I can understand this, guys. For us degens, the people that are us that have been living out here, man, we have become slaves to AMMs because there are no other options. You are going to pay for the token regardless of the price of the token. If you want it now, you're going to pay for it right now. Order books are different. All right, you decide what you're going to pay for the token and you put in the order. It will either fill or it won't fill. But the gas fee and the there's no such thing as slippage on an order book. It just doesn't exist. So when you put this in, and for me, somebody who makes a lot of trades every single day, slippage is a thing, guys. This adds up. Every single cent adds up over and over and over. And when I'm making hundreds of trades a day at $2 and $3 of slippage per trade, it really starts to kick you in the nuts. So if there's anything that I'm hoping for more than anything else on all of these new dexes that are coming up, including Ellis, Eli, which one is it, Bill? They were just talking about that today.
It's Ellis.
Ellis, is that they put in an order book because I'm starting to feel like the ignored part of the of the Cosmos world, meaning the people who still don't really care for AMMs and prefer order books. So with that being the case, Crescent and Kajira are my go-to on these. Anytime I'm purchasing Atom, anytime I'm purchasing any token that they offer on the order book, I will buy it on the order book, period. I just will. I don't pay list price. If it's $9.18, I'll give you $9.14. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, and it adds up. Over a year, 3-4 cents that you're saving on the cost of the token and per trade, that adds up big, absolutely big. So big fan of these things, big fan of this particular DEX just because of that order book. And a lot of my Osmo money is going to be moving off from Osmosis, and it's going to be going to Crescent. It's going to be going to Kajira. I understand Kajira is kind of in the crosshairs, and Jacob's losing his shit over it. How dare they be closed source? You know what, babe? Build your own. All right, because you spend most of your time just criticizing other people's work. You're like that's it. I mean, you're like an art critic. You can't paint it. So you just criticize those who can. And I know that there's plenty of people on here just absolutely love the guy. I'm not a fan. Belle, please carry on.
All right. And G-Tours, and you kind of touched on this. After you unfarm your Osmo, what will you do with most of your Osmo?
Well, the Osmo itself, I'm not quite wrapped up in it. Honestly, hang on, let me get this up here. The majority of my Osmo itself will be going into USDC Osmo and just leaving it there. 32%. All right, that is, I don't love that. I mean, 32%, if we were real about it, guys, 32% on an investment is fucking staggering. Absolutely staggering. But for the last 90, for the last 9 months, you've been paying me 70, 80, 90% on that investment. And as much as I appreciate the more or less stability of that pool, and it has been a really, really good pool for me, as much as I appreciate the stability, I can do better. So the bulk of the Osmo will be liquidated immediately, meaning turned into USDC. I like to pair with stable tokens. I will pair with stable tokens whenever possible. So the bulk of the other paired assets, and in this case, we're going to be talking, let me see, what's going first? Oh, yeah, the dot Osmo. I can do better. So the Osmo itself is going to be liquidated. Half of it's going to be liquidated. It's going to be turned into USDC right here. If I end up with $250,000 in that pool, end up with $250,000 in that pool. I'm fine with it. But the other side of those pools are going to be going elsewhere. So we're talking about the dot. EVMOS is liquidated completely. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I don't see any recovery for EVMOS. I know that there's still some bitter clingers on this one. I see no recovery for this one, and I don't want to play anymore. It was great. It was fun, but I'm out. So that Osmo's going here. This Osmo's going here. That pool's going to stay. The Atom and Osmo kind of have to. I mean, it's not like they've changed anything. This thing has been hovering anywhere from 20 to 30% over the last year. So it's not like it's moved a lot. So a lot of it, half is probably going here, half's going here. The Diosmo will keep. Again, we're paired with the stable token. I'm liquidating the Bitcoin. I am liquidating the Ethereum. I am fine with they're the bluest of the blue chips, number one, number two, and I'm fine with it. But I believe that I can do better, so I'm going to spend my money differently. And these APRs have shrunk to the point of ridiculousness. Even though, again, I understand we're talking 29 and 29 on the bluest of the blue chips, but with that Osmo on the other side of it, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. I used to be able to come back and say Osmo will always be there. It will always hold value. It will always do whatever it's got to do, but it hasn't been. It just hasn't been. I'm down a little bit on this, not anything to the point where it's too late. I've got to hold. I just got to wait it out. I haven't gotten there, and I don't intend to get there. So I'll be clearing out the Ethereum. I'll be clearing out the Bitcoin. I'll be clearing out the DOT. Crow, I'm done. Stars, I'm done. Secret, I'm done. And the BNB I might hold at 35%. I think that's a nice little. I think that's a nice pairing right there at 35%. So I'll probably hold that. Kava, I'm done. Juno, done. Geo, done. Everything else below, I'll hold the FET. But all of these things here, I'm more or less clearing them out, guys. I'm cleaning out my closets. These are my closets. It's time to go. The Osmo will be broken into two different pools: USDC Osmo and Atom Osmo. That's where they're going to drop. But all of the other side of the pairings are going to be purely liquidated and moved on to something else. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you where I'm moving them, and I would love to hear some. I'd love to hear some feedback on that. Bell, hope that answered the question. Please carry on.
Strika, are you excited for anything coming up with Umi?
No. I know you guys want different answers, but no. Bell, carry on.
Strika again, do you see anything good coming to Gravity Bridge? Apparently, Grav stakers will get a cut of the tokens being bridged on Grav as rewards.
You know, Grav's a good bridge. I'll stick with them just because I believe bridges are necessary. And, well, I mean, bridges are clearly necessary. And I will stick with Gravity Bridge. I'll support Gravity. I'll support Axelar. And, you know, the funny thing, we never talk about it, but it kind of is. From a pure tech perspective, the best bridge that exists in crypto anywhere is Peggy. Peggy is hands down one of the, not one of, it is the best bridge in crypto. Unfortunately, it lives on SIFT So when you take really good tech and really piss poor money management, you get that. And it is unfortunate. Now I understand that there's a couple splinter groups are spinning off and they're going to see what they can do with this. It's still the best bridge in crypto. I'm sorry, man. Look, it's better than Axelar. It is better than Gravity Bridge. It's definitely better than Nomad. It is just a really, really good bridge, but it's a really, really good bridge on a really, really bad chain. So I'm going to be, we'll all go there together and figure out what's going to happen with this. But Gravity Bridge, I mean, I understand that's exactly what you're asking me about. Gravity struggles. They're going to continue to struggle. They're not the only game in town. That's kind of the problem. And look, man, this is all. I'm going big screen here, Bill. This is all part of the whole. All right, this is what happens when money really, really, really slows down, as we're seeing right now. And that you have competing products that are competing for a smaller chunk of what's available, because money is literally just flying away out of crypto right now, and it's not sticking around. Unfortunately, most of it's landing in USDC, USDT, USDD, DAI, Frax. It's landing in stable tokens right now, as would normally happen in any kind of real bearish market. Cash is king, so these things are moving over to cash. the problem with it is that as this money supply continues to shrink and these bridges still are aggressively trying to figure out how to stay relevant, there just isn't enough to go around. That's really all it is. It's not that their gravity is bad or axlar is bad. It's just that the amount of money that they're moving, the capital that they're moving, has just shrunk to the point where these things are starting to look a lot more irrelevant. And as you start to see, like, native USDC is going to be coming over here to osmosis, man, that is a kick in the nuts for Axelar USDC. Everybody else who bridges over this way, man, that's going to be just an absolute kick in the nuts when native is there. So, or is it there? I don't even know. Or Bell, I've been out of touch. Uh, but yeah, when all of this stuff starts to happen here, man, these bridges are really, really going to hurt. I'm a little bit concerned. I'll just kind of leave it there. Bell, please carry on.
Microman and G Torres both dropping you compliments. Microman says vest rocks, and G Torres says I do like the vest. It's
You know,
different yet sophisticated.
I just can't hear enough of that kind of thing. There, you get to a point in your life where you're like, maybe don't look like a dirtbag. Maybe if you're doing a crypto channel where you are literally moving millions of dollars back and forth and illustrating it, maybe don't look like a shitbag. How hard is it to put on? It You guys give us your time. All right, the best, you guys absolutely give us your time, and I think, and Bell agrees, that the thing we can do is to put our best foot forward. And in this case, if it's me putting on a tie and a nice vest and trying to at least represent myself as an adult, I don't think there's any issue with that. The ball cap and t-shirt days, Bell, they're just over. I'm sorry. Look, man, if we're showing you how to spend $50, sure, put on a funny t-shirt, but we're not doing that. We are moving a lot of money, and I don't know. Thank you very much for the compliment, Bell. Please carry on. I'm
Black
gonna talk that into the ground.
and Black Tornado hit us with the $10 super chat saying, I think this is a great place to invest. Looking forward to more rants and truth bombs in the new year. Thanks for wrangling the chaos, Bella. Thank you, Black Tornado.
Isn't that funny? This is you're investing in the podcast. You guys aren't investing in me, by the way. I don't need your money. It goes to the Bell. You know what? I'll tell you what, Bell. Table the questions here. I want to get into some of this stuff. So here is what I'm thinking. Now, I'm just kind of spitballing it. I haven't started pulling liquidity yet. I'll tell you what. I'm going to pull this one. I don't want to do it, or I don't want to add. I'm going to be unbonding this one. It's been in there long enough, and we're just going to go ahead and pull all that out. It's not bad. Honestly, I put $10,000 into this particular pool months and months and months ago. So the rewards that I was earning on this one, which was close to 60% APR over a period of 90 days, I am still up on the pool. The problem is that I don't believe I will remain up on the pool if I stay in it much longer. So this one is gone. And the funny thing, and I like Polkadot, I do. It's a blue chip, guys. Come on. I mean, we get very, very cavalier about a lot of these, but Polkadot is still kind of a big dog over here in the crypto world. Number 13 all time. Look at it over the last 180 days. It's taken the same ass kick and everything else has, but you're still talking about something with $100 million trading volume on the native token itself over the last 24 hours, so you can't ignore it. But I can do better with the dot. That's the problem, is like, what else can I do better with this one? So currently, I'm earning 21%, and that's with liquid staking, so it's about 26% with liquid. But I can come over here. And interestingly, and this is Kajira, I understand it's not the popular one. It's not the one that's going to break us out. But they're doing some nifty stuff over here on Kajira. And you're going to ignore this one at your own peril. But I can take the same dot. I can pair that shit with USK and I can get 71% on it. 71%. I don't like USK. I don't believe in USK. I don't like... I don't like a stable token that I really can't understand and really can't explain. I'm not crazy about it, is what I'm saying. But, there's always going to be a caveat. But with an extra 50%, 50% APR with the same dot, paired with a stable token, even if it is USK, paired with a stable token. Guys, that's almost a no-brainer for me. I mean, it's 100% a no-brainer. I used to want to say that Osmo was effectively a stable token, but man, that thing has shed over 50% of its value in the last 60 days. You don't think I noticed? Jesus, man, most of my holding is in Osmo. It's making me start to question it. Now, I'm not telling you to. I want to be real clear here. I am not telling you to. I'm just telling you that for the other half of this, $4,200 worth of USK, that I can move it over here and collect an extra 50% on top of it. 50% for what's effectively the same amount of risk. And, you know, one could make the philosophical argument that if USK holds, it's a great deal less risky. It is a great deal less risky because as DOT goes up or down, because I'm paired with the stable token, I don't have to worry about the other side of the pool shitting the bed. So it literally cuts my risk in half if USK holds. That's kind of a big one. I want to go big screen here, Bill. If USK can hold the peg. Let me say it one more time. If USK can hold the peg. I can't guarantee that it can. I can't even explain if it can. All I'm saying is that for an additional 50% of APR for the what's effectively theoretically less risk for 50% more APR, it seems like that one just pops out of a slot for Scott. So Scott's going to go ahead and do it, or I can sit here and just watch the IL continue to eat up my dot on the other side of that Osmo, because this has happened. So they made their choices. Adam made their choices. Osmo, everybody made their choices. And I'm going to retort. And my retort is going to be that I'm moving that paired token off from the DEX, period. It just comes down. It's not a matter of loyalty. And it's not a matter. It's nothing personal. It's just money. And if I can make more somewhere else, I'm going to make more something somewhere else. That is what we're doing with that one particular token. And let me get into some of the rest of them. So the dot is moving to Kajira. And again, I understand a lot of you guys don't like Kajira. I'm not telling you to invest. The great thing about crypto is that you can put your money anywhere, man. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. For me, they're moving some very, very nifty little pools over here onto Kajira. They're making the move. They are going to go for it. And if they're going to go for it and they're going to pay me while I go for it, I don't see this being any less risky. I really don't. Are they going to rug it? I don't think so. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I don't think so. Am I going to move $250,000 into Kajira? Oh, no. No, no. There's lots of options. So I think Thorchain is going to be getting a lot more of my business. I like Rune. So I think they're going to be getting a lot of more of my business. But for the money that's staying over here, a lot of it's going to move over into Kajira. That is an excellent pool right there. I'm sorry, I lost it. That's an excellent pool. I believe that to be well worth the risk. And I don't know what's going to happen when somebody moves serious volume in there, because the liquidity on that pool is 42 grand, guys. I refuse to be less than or to be more than 10% of any liquidity pool. I will not be more than 10%. So fortunately, I can only move 4,200 into this. It's going to work out real good for Scott. Helps me diversify, spread it around. But there's a lot more that's going on over here, and I'm happy to talk about it, and I will. And that actually leads us on to the second one, which is the Wrap BNB. 35%. Not bad. Not bad. It's not awful. It hasn't gotten to the event horizon for me yet, but it's within about 4%. At 31%, it's no longer profitable for me to stick around in this particular pool, which is Wrap BNB Osmo. 31% is my cutoff. I'm happy to show you my math. If you want to see it, Scott at ThePodocasts.com. I'm going to share it with you. But my Wrap BNB right here, paired it up with Axelar USDC. You guys know I'm an Axelar fan. You guys know I'm a USDC fan. For fuck's sake, most of my holdings is Axelar wrapped, or is Axelar USDC bridged. 70%. 70% for BNB and Axelar USDC. That is 100% pops out of a slot for me. Say what you want about them. These guys are absolutely going for it, and they're going for it despite osmosis. So my BNB is going to be getting moved over here nicely, paired with Axelar USDC, which I do know, I do trust, and I do believe in. Look, big screen bell. If USDC goes tits up, we're done. Crypto's done. You know what I mean. It's not fully done, but there's no way it doesn't survive this. Bitcoin goes to 8. Everything shits the bed. People leave because there is nothing that you can know, nothing that you can trust. You can talk about other stable tokens, and I'm more than happy to do that. But they are simply the big dog. And if you go start talking about a lot of other stable tokens, like, for example, USDD, how come people are not on the horn and not on YouTube every single day talking about USDD? You guys understand that this is a stable token, right? Designed to be pegged to $1. It hasn't been at $1 since FTX collapsed back on 9 November. It hasn't been at $1. It doesn't seem like it's going to get back to $1. Look at the volume. Look at the market cap of that. $713 million is sitting there, pegged to a U.S. dollar that is not a U.S. dollar. How does this not concern people? How are people not at least giving this lip service? This is Tron, by the way. This is Tron's stable token, and it's not. Why are more people not alarmed? I don't understand why I'm the only one talking about this, Bell. I think I'll give it up because obviously I'm in a vacuum here. But is nobody else at least a little bit concerned about this? And we'll pull up USDK. We'll show you the USDK. This is why I don't trust USDK. For God's sakes, guys, it's $1.03. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be $1. Let's look at it over 90 days. This is not stable. This isn't even paying lip service to stable. Who the fuck wants to invest in this? They're calling it the stable token. This is the stable token of Kujira. So you understand my hesitancy to put a lot of money into USK because this is anything but stable. Now, I know that there's a lot of math that goes on in this stuff, and Scott is not the brightest guy in the bulb, or I'm sorry, not the brightest bulb in the pack. I get it. But it seems like if you design it to be worth $1, it should be worth $1, not at or near. It should be worth $1. So that's my only hang up with Kujira. But again, guys, look, full disclosure here. I have a problem with this. I have a big fucking problem with this. The same big fucking problem that I have with USDD. The saver on this one is that the market cap is so small, USK could shit the bed and nobody would even notice. Nobody would even notice. They're building it. And as the volume increases, and if you add a zero to this, it gets a lot closer to a $1 peg. But I don't want to be the guinea pig on this one. I just don't. Bell, I know I'm all over the board. I don't care. I needed to say this. Please carry on.
I was actually just looking at the charts going, okay, this is one roller coaster ride I want nothing to do with. So
you don't want to ride this one, Bell? Come on, man. Look at the stories you have. I can't, funny thing. I don't remember my wins anymore. I've gotten to the point in my investment career that I don't remember the wins. I just don't. Everybody hits one every now and again. It works out. Your math worked. The market did what it was supposed to do, and everything was good. But I can remember with incredible, just acute perfection, the massive losses, the times that I got it wrong. I remember every goddamn one of those. I don't remember the wins anymore, but I damn sure remember the losses. I just don't want it to be this one. Fucking fix the peg. Do what you got to do, man, but fix the peg. You fix the peg. I'm sorry, look, man, but you fix the peg. And this is the money shot right here, all the way up and down, guys. This is 100% the money shot. It's a non-inflationary token. It's everything everybody talks about. It's everything everybody wishes for, hopes for, wants. Recognizes that this is necessity now. Non-inflationary tokens have had their run and it's over. Non-inflationary tokens and value capture is the way going forward. People seem to recognize that Kujira is building it, but for some reason, all they get is shit on because I can't explain why. I don't know why, but I'm cool with it. I'm just saying I'm cool with it for some very specific investments in some very specific things. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on. Nobody even asked that, by the way.
Yeah, nobody asked that. That was an opinion coming from the.
You needed to hear it. Damn you. Go.
Microman, Wind Power Bottom. Also, what are your top 3 hard rock metal tunes?
My 3 hard rock metal tunes?
Mhm.
I'll tell you what. I'll go back. There's a couple bands that I really liked. We'll do the hard rock first. There was an old band. I doubt any of you guys remember it, unless you grew up in the 80s like I did. But there was a band called Corrosion of Conformity. They were as hard rock as it got. I mean, just period. I mean, Corrosion of Conformity. That was probably one of my all-time favorite bands. But aside from that, guys, look, man, I'm a Clash guy. I'm 3-chord punk with a message. I think the rock is hard enough, and I just like that. You know, back when I was still playing hockey and sit there in the goal, put my headphones in, and just listen to anything 3-chord punk, and you were there. So I'm not going to give you the songs. And real early Metallica, they were, come on, Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets. These were great. They absolutely lost themselves after that. But I'm sorry, man, that was the time to live. I remember being my buddy Jerry going down to the mall, Westridge Mall. Oh my God, it's been 40 years. I still remember that. Going down to Westridge Mall to buy the Master of Puppets cassette. And if you don't know what a cassette is, this is not the channel for you. But going down there for the Master of Puppets cassette so that we could listen to the Master of Puppets album. It was absolutely fantastic. And I'm sorry, what was the other side of that question, Bo?
Wind Power Bottom.
Apparently never. We were going to launch it on Juno Swap. But I dare say, I don't even need to point out that Juno Swap is no longer being developed. They put it up, they got it up, they made some money on the other side, and they just left it to die. This is a problem with crypto. It's not just Juno, it's not just Juno Swap. It is a problem with crypto. People build it and then just don't give a shit about it. They don't continue development. They don't actually take it to what it can be. They just want to build it, get some money in, get their name, get a t-shirt, and then they fucking forget all about it. They don't give a shit about the investors. This is a crypto problem, not just a Juno or Juno Swap problem. So unless we want to launch it on Ethereum, which we do not, we have to find another DEX to launch this token. We're not going to do it on Osmo. So we have to find another place to launch the Power Bottom token. And in the interest of full disclosure, it does nothing. It will never do anything. It is a absolutely 100% worthless token. You'd be a silly, silly bastard for buying it. The only money that should ever be in Power Bottom is my money. That's it. Aside from that, it is a joke. Don't buy this thinking it's going to spike. It isn't. Belle, please carry on.
All right. So I'm going to touch base. I'm going to touch on Microman's question as well.
Okay.
Okay. Microman, you know, I do like Five Finger Death Punch, but that is not actually my favorite hard rock group. My favorite hard rock group is actually Hailstorm. There are so many songs that band has produced, and that Lizzie Hale has such a vocal range that yeah. So there's my there's one of mine. Yeah,
Lizzie Hale is smoking hot too, by the way. She is just absolutely just yummy. I don't know if I should add anything else.
I am.
You know, I happen to look over. Guys, look, I asked this in all earnest. Are we done as a YouTube channel? Because I noticed that I never ever look at the comments or the amount of viewers, but whatever message we're putting out is clearly not working, or nobody gives a shit, or it's the holidays. I have no idea. But the one thing that I have noticed is views are just gone. I'm more than happy to keep this going, but if it's boring you guys to the point that nobody gives a shit, I can spend my time better. So I just want to put that out there just in case I'm really, really missing something here, Bell, because we do nothing anymore. There is no interest in this channel. Bell, carry on. Come on.
All right.
Dazzle me.
Strika, in regards to you serenading him with happy birthday. Whoa, this made my birthday. Thanks.
Is that all it takes? Sad. I'm sad to say this. I play guitar and I sing. You wouldn't think it, but I do. And I used to gig around Des Moines for years and years. Nothing, no band. It was a two-man acoustical. That was it. I did it with a guy named Dave Corley. And me and Dave used to gig around Des Moines for years and years. I sing well enough that it's pleasant when you're in there, and then as soon as you leave, you forget I existed. That's what a cover singer is supposed to do. So that's it. I can carry a tune, and it's nice when you're having your prime rib and macaroni and cheese. And as soon as I'm gone, you walk out the door. You were like, wasn't somebody playing? Wasn't that live music? That was fun. Who were they? I don't know. I have no idea. That was us. That was me and Dave. Dave is still actually a professional musician. He goes 24/7, 365. He is always out there doing something. He goes by Guitar Dave out of Texas. And you can find him, by the way, if anybody who really wants to soul search. Look up Guitar Dave and say, hey, didn't you play with Scott? I guarantee you he remembers. It was good times, Bell. Carry on.
Black Tornado, there are a few pools looking tempting on Crescent. Fool's Gold?
No, I don't want to think it's fool's gold. I like Crescent. I've always been a big, big, big fan of Crescent. Again, they have a vision for what they're trying to do. And they are not trying to reach out. They're not trying to reach beyond their technical abilities. That's kind of the thing. And if you look at their tokens, I'm showing them to you now. If you look at the tokens that they offer over here and the percentages that they offer over here, I always say you got to answer the who, what, when, where, why, and how. You have to answer those 6 things before I'll consider it a realistic investment. And if you want to shop for Atom, there is no better decks out here. There is no better order book out here than Crescent as far as making an Atom purchase. Let me see if I have any money here, guys. Hang on. I'll tell you what. Let me do some. If I don't even know what I have. Hang on. Let me check my portfolio. What do we got? $20 USDC Axelar. I want to show you this in case you guys have forgotten what a damn order book is. So in this case, we are paired up with, I have to go to the Axelar. So 1 second. Because I have to use the underlying asset, in this case, Axelar, in order to make this purchase. I have $20 worth of Axelar sitting up here. So this is currently what they're selling it at. As of this very moment, $9.15. You notice that it lines up with, 1 second. Wow, we're going old school here. Approximately $9.15. It shows up over here on Gemini. So I don't want to pay $9.15 per Atom. Atom's going to come down. Atom's going to pop in here at $8.99, and that's where I want to buy 2 Atom. Now, fortunately, I have $17.98 worth of USDC Axelar sitting here. Atom is overvalued right now. It's running up with your little Santa pump. I want to buy those 2 Atom at $17 and at $8.99. And the gas, the total cost of me, not slippage, the total cost of me to make this purchase right now is 0.005 Crescent. Crescent is about about 0.78 cents right now. I'm sorry, 0.078 cents. So the amount of money that I'm paying to make this transaction is minuscule. Now the gas is gone. I don't recover that. That is gone. The fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny that I just spent here, I will never ever recover. But Inside of the next 24 hours, if Adam hits $8.99, I'm going to buy two of them. And I paid shit for AMM. I paid no swap fees, no slippage, no anything. I paid the gas to make the purchase right here. I believe in order books. Order books are the future, are not even the future. They are absolutely necessary over here on the decks. The amount of money that you will save buying on an book versus buying on an AMM over a 365-day cycle cannot be calculated, depending on how many trades you make. I make lots of trades. So you're talking about a lot of money. $200 to $300 every single day that I save when I'm really trading heavy. Multiply that over 365 days, and you can see why I'm such a fan of order books. Adam is worth $8.99 right now. It's not worth $9.15, and I will not pay it. Hope that answered the question. I like Crescent. Not saying you should, just saying that I do. Bell, carry on.
Black Tornado still strong on Bitcana?
Huge on Bitcana. Bitcana is not going to run away anytime soon, guys. I would love to say that it is. It's not going to run away anytime soon because Bitcana is now a product. Products grow organically. Products go through usage. Usage takes time. They have built the product and now they're going to sell the product. They did it right. They didn't sell something that they didn't exist. They built it, the pay rail, it works, the SDK is out there. Anybody can implement this. Anybody can implement this. It doesn't just have to be in any particular area or even in the cannabis industry. Anybody can use this pay rail right now. They did what fucking Flexa didn't. Hope that answered the question. Bell, please carry on.
All right, Black Tornado. I like the vest. It's very gentleman farmer, but still a rabid farmer. You just traded the banjo for the harpsichord.
Is that? Oh my God, that is wonderful. Round of applause. Send Bell your email. I'm going to send you 50 Jackal. That is fantastic. Bell, write down, copy that whole comment. I want to use that in a video. That is great. I traded the do. I traded the banjo for freaking harpsichord. Do you guys remember the harpsichord? Did you ever play those in music class when you were a kid? C, 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 D minor, D minor, D minor. You guys remember those? Harpsichord. Oh my God, that is funny. That is great. It cost me $5 to highlight that. Carry on, Bill.
G Taurus, how are you acquiring your USK? Are you buying it directly at that premium or minting it?
Minting it, man. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about this. All right. Just so we're clear here, guys. I don't like it. All right. I don't want to have 5 and 6 figures worth of money tied up in something that is not proven, that I don't believe in. I can be a maniac, but not in this case. All right. There is not enough volume. USK, for USK to work, they got to add a 0, probably 2. They have to go from 600,000 to 60 million before that token is going to stabilize. Ain't going to be my money, babe. It just isn't. So I've done my bit for a lot of these smaller projects. I really have. All right. I've supported a lot of these projects to my own detriment. I've done it. So the next time people come at me and say, well, you just bet the money. No, fuck you. I've taken losses too. Supporting products that I believed in, and you know what? Go fuck yourself. I've done my bit. I'm not doing it here, man. Look, I want to support Kajira. I want to support the decks, but you guys are going to have to do the damn work, man. It ain't going to be me. It's not. No, I refuse to do this again. I refuse to wake up and see that my stable token is now worth 71 cents, because that's jumping out the window type of levels. Hope that question, Bell. Carry on. I meant it. I'm not happy about it. That's the answer. I could have just summed that up real quick. Shut up, Bell.
Microman, any date for Jackal storage launch?
I happen to know exactly. I do. Well, not exactly. I happen to know roughly, but it's within a 7-day spread. I'm not going to say. It's not my story, man. All right? It's not my story, but I do know. I'm going to show you something funny here, though. I don't want to. I don't want to do this one, Bell, but I'm going to. Let me get this set up right. So I want to show you guys something that's kind of odd, and that I triggered onto real quick, and as soon as I did, I started hitting the gas again. Uh, that's from here to here. Now, what Jackal hasn't done over the last over the last month, how about this? Over the last 90 days, ever since let's call it right there, since 22 November, which is the start, or I'm sorry, 5 November, which was roughly FTX-ish. Uh, you don't want to be in an investment like this. My God, look at that. That was that tiny little Osmo pump that happened, or Atom Osmo pump. But after that, it just bled. But what it's done over the last week is I'm speculating here because I don't know. Either people have decided to start accumulating, or Jackal's decided to start buying back. One of those two things have happened from here to here. So as long as these events continue, this is suddenly a good investment. Let me tell you why. It's a good investment because the floor may or may not have been reached on Jackal, but here's the but part of it. This number here still remains at 287% APR if you pair it up with Osmo directly. Now here's the real bear of it. If you buy the Jackal, pair it with Osmo, meaning you take the Jackal and swap it directly, AMM it right in here, you just put in as a single asset, you just put sell pressure on it. So as soon as you do that, you are literally lowering the price of your own token. So the only way to get into this safely is to buy an equal amount of Osmo and Jackal. It is such a no-win. But if the price can maintain, if the price can stay flat, if the price can just ride it out, one could speculate that you've reached the bottom, and that this is now a profitable investment. I didn't think I was going to say that. But one could say that this could be a profitable investment as long as no single wallet holder decides to just dump everything. Now, I'm comfortable knowing that about 25% of all the liquidity that's available to this in this pool is held by me, and I'm not dumping. So, but I can't account for the other 75% of it. You get into this at your own risk. But based on what I'm seeing right now, now is more or less the time. And yes, I do know when it's coming, but no, I'm not going to say it because it's not my story. And for the jagoffs who are going to drop me comments on this, do your own fucking research. I am tired of holding your goddamn hands. If you want to know, go to their fucking Discord. I am so sick of this shit. People come at me with these comments endlessly. Well, you gotta tell us, you gotta tell us. I don't have to tell you shit. All right, do your own work. Belle, carry on.
Makoka the Streamwalker, wrapped Matic and Osmo at 52%.
Yeah, that's the one, man. So, boy, I like me Matic. I do, I do like me some Matic. And that APR is tasty. I'm just going to leave it right there. That APR is tasty. I have a lot of Osmo that I have to put to work in other locations. Now, as soon as I jump in as a single asset on an Osmo pool, I'm effectively selling half that Osmo for that pool. I would happily sell it and turn it into Matic at 52%. Not financial advice, just saying sometimes the math works out in your favor. And it doesn't matter what you think about it. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying in this one, blue chip, 50%, love it. Belle, carry on.
Microman, we need a rock and whiskey show.
You know what? We've tried this so many times, but it seems like if we're not actually throwing our arms up in the air and me pounding the desk and Belle looking desperate and saying, how the hell? She sends me shit afterwards, by the way. All these texts. You shouldn't have said this, shouldn't have said this, shouldn't have said this. I get critiqued after every single show. I want you to think about that. How would you like to go on live every single time and you get critiqued afterwards? It doesn't matter. It's not like I can take it back. We're live. All right, we do everything live. We have never worked with a net, so it's not like I can take it back. But do you see her right there? I'm going to put Belle on the big screen so you can see her expression. Every time when we're done, I wait 45 minutes and then I start getting the texts. Shouldn't have said this, shouldn't have said this, shouldn't have said this. And then she comes back and she says, and this is how you have to retract it. This is what you have to do going forward. It's her job, man. All right. She's a show producer. It's her job to make sure that I don't make an incredible ass out of myself. But you know what? There's no stopping me sometimes. I'm sorry. What was the question, Belle? Yeah, you had a question in there.
It was a comment from Microman saying, "Okay, we need a whiskey and rock show."
Oh yeah, this is the whiskey show. We're gonna be doing that. Actually, we started spinning it up over on the Survival Circle Radio Network. Belle's gonna go ahead and link it. It's an old channel. It's an old web page. It's an old browser. It's an old everything. But if you really want to hear us uncensored, Survival Circle is the place to hear us. We will announce it in the Discord. We're going live. It's old school radio. Scott grew up in old school radio. My original broadcasting jobs was in old school radio, KUPD in Phoenix, KNIX in Phoenix. I worked for quite a few radio stations in Phoenix. That's where we got our start. That's always going to be where my wheelhouse is. I love radio, and we light it up on SCRN. So, Belle, link it in. We'll announce it on the Discord. Anybody wants to see when we're going live. If you want to hear us raw and unfiltered, nobody can stop us there. There is no copyright. There is no anything. We literally don't exist on SCRN, and we can say and do say anything. Belle, carry on.
Kind of helps that I pay for the server to run the site now. So
Right? It's her money too. This is great. I have a ball. Go, Belle.
So Damon, Microman, and Black Tornado talking about the YouTube channel. Well, and Makoka the Streamwalker all talking about the YouTube channel. Damon, no, do not stop making videos. Microman, boring. Fuck no. Black Tornado, no, not done. And Makoka the Streamwalker, awesome channel. Keep it going, please.
You know what? We've managed to achieve what very few YouTube channels have managed to achieve. Over the last 180 days, our subscriber count has changed by one. One over the last. You can giggle, Belle. You see the analytics same as me. Over the last 180 days, that is 6 months of videos, live streams, everything, our subscriber count has changed by one. And our member count, those are the people who pay us to do this, have dropped by 50%. Nobody is interested in this shit anymore. I'll keep it going just to spite you. That's where it is. But I'm not sure what he's supposed to do here. Hey, tell your friends, tell your family. Nobody wants to tune on and see this stuff. We're going to keep it going, though. Belle, come on, carry on. We are over time.
Idiot Fish, but Canna naming the pay SDK Osmos pay as a thank you is pretty big. Thank you. Any thoughts?
No. Dude, they know where they came from. They know where they're going, and they are exceptionally loyal. Don't let me turn you off from Bicana. If my aggressiveness or my vulgarity or anything like that might turn you off from an investment, don't let me turn you off from Bicana. All right, they are doing it right. God, man, I could go an hour just talking about what they are actually doing right, and it's because it's so rare to see in crypto anymore. They're genuine. They are 100% genuine, and it's becoming such a niche market in crypto. Most people want to get it up, they want to hype it, they want to rape the liquidity, and they want to move on to another project before this one's actually done. Bicana's never done that. They have always been there. They got TJ in. TJ has been absolutely killing it, and I mean it, man. My heart goes out to those guys. I will continue to support that network, and that's one that's my one, Belle. They're never going to zero out on me. I mean, they will always find a way to make it work. I'm a big fan. Carry on, please.
Black Tornado, Des Moines? You guys made me think Des Moines is cool.
Go ahead and handle that one, Belle. I've answered enough questions. Why don't you handle that one?
All right. Well, Des Moines is actually, it's quite the hotbed, actually.
No.
Jason Momoa. Hey. You told me to handle this one, so
Okay, you
hush.
go. But I'm allowed to critique you. Fuck you, Bill.
Hey, you know what? Microman is from Des Moines. So is the lead singer from Slipknot
Microman is
and
not from Des Moines. Microman is from
Aquaman. Shush.
UK. Okay.
Okay, so shush.
Okay.
Okay, Aquaman is from Des Moines and comes back regularly to visit his grandmother. And Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Stone Sour, Des Moines. I mean, hello.
Is that our
We've-
claim then?
yeah.
We have
Those are
$50 billion worth of data centers within 30 minutes of me. Within 30 minutes of where I live, there are 50 and 75 or $25 billion additional data centers that are at a red iron state right now. Believe it or not, Des Moines, for all things, is becoming a tech hub. Who would have thunk it? We grow corn and we store your dick pics. That's what we do here in Des Moines. You're welcome. Belle, carry on, please. Come on.
Microman suggested, and this is why I made the flub
Yeah.
earlier. Microman chiming in with the next comment saying, "Crypto Scott and the tokens touring in your town." Scott, you need to.
Is that what we got to do? We got to spin up. I play Stratocasters and Ovations. That's it. I'm very, very loyal to the type of guitar that I play. That would be funny, but my God, that's niche. Look, man, I'm not a musician. I play guitar. I can sing a little bit, and I like 60s, 70s, and 80s music. So if you ever catch me playing at your local Denny's or your Olive Garden, that's what I do. But you know what? It's nice when you're there and then you forget all about me. I don't think I'm gonna get back with Dave, but if we ever do, it will be Scott, and yeah, that'll that'll be the name going forward. Come on, Belle, we're over time.
Microman actually chimed in and said, "For the right amount of jackal, I can be from Des Moines."
Would you move here? How about this, Microman? What would it cost to get you here? Because I literally want you on second chair right next to me so you can translate for the Brits. That's it. Oh, but I can't do a British accent, but that would be funny. You could just translate what Scott said, but I want it in like Cockney. All right, can you do Cockney? Because if you do, that would be a great translation. I mean, if nothing else, we'd have some fun with it. Carry on, Belle.
Reverend John says, "Merry Christmas, great seeing you and Bella."
I appreciate that, babe. Come on, Belle, finish it up.
Microman, you know me, man. I'm keeping the jackal faith and I'm in the Discord. How's Emery doing?
Emery's doing great. He's pulling his hair out. He ain't got a lot of hair. He's like me. He shaves his head. He's a lot of people are going to miss this one. Now, I'm fine with it because I'm heavy in it. So a lot of people are going to miss this one. I'm not going to going big screen here. I'm not going to take a victory lap on this. I won't, because nobody wants to be a part of something that was $1.80 to 11 cents. Nobody. But you have to look at the big picture on this one. And a lot of people are going to miss this. I'm fine with it. I am more than prepared to defend myself, and I'm going to defend myself as I'm laying and sleeping on a mattress that's just stacked with money. Crypto is a funny business, man. It really is. And it is business. I know we like to pretend that this is something different, but when it comes down to it, it's down to dollars, it's down to cents, and it's down to fundamentals. And as I didn't allude to, as I specifically stated in my little monologue, what worked a year ago is not going to work now. What worked 6 months ago is not going to work now. The entire market has changed. Everything's changed. And you are either going to change with it or you are just going to be victimized by the people who did change. It's different now. And wow, I don't want to go on with this whole. I was about to go to about a 5-minute rant, Bell. I'm not going to do it right here. Guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I already see that we're over time. I could do hours and hours of this shit, but you can only take so much, Scott. And even with a pink tie, I understand that I can be maybe come off a little rough. So we're going to go ahead and call this, Bell. table the questions, put them in the note. We'll answer them on the next stream. I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Very small crowd. I'm fine with it, man. You guys are my people. Much, I have so much love for each and every one of you guys that join us on these every single night. I hope that I keep you interested, and if nothing else, I hope I can keep you guessing from time to time. That's all we're really trying to do here. But I'm going to go ahead and table this one up. I'm going to hand it over to Belle. She's going to talk us up, talk us out. And Belle is going to tell you when we're going to go live next time. I could go live every single night, but I can't do it without the girl. So if you want to keep the Belle coming back, inspire her. With that, Belle, I'm going to hand it over to you. Talk us up, talk us out. Guys, I had a wonderful time, and thank you for the compliments. I really liked the vest. That's I didn't think I'd like it. I wanted my pocket watch, but I really liked the vest. Belle, take us out of here.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who joined us tonight, we can't thank you guys enough, especially on Boxing Day, which, for those of you not familiar with the term, day after Christmas. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns in the meantime, don't hesitate to email Scott and I, Scott at ThePodcast.com or Bella at ThePodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we cannot thank you guys enough for taking time out of your busy days. We can't thank you guys enough for the questions, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.